Hey, you, welcome back. It's Jyoti. What's happening? Suddenly, everyone is waking up. Everyone is waking up and releasing music. I like it. So, I just covered the Dhanda and Krishna track, Karan Aujla's track, and now here we are. Karma Bhai Sahab has also woken up. So, Lovely Yaar is called Public Notice. Very cool. I tried to look for the lyrics online, lekin hai nahi, hai nahi. So, we'll just try and listen carefully. Official lyrical video. Okay, somebody has put a lyrical video. So if we need, we'll go over that. Is there anything I need to know about this? Okay. Artist, performer, Karma, rap, vocals, co-producer, composer, lyricist, Vivek Arora, songwriter, composer. Okay, so it's an all out and out Karma track. Lovely. Very nice. Let's do it, guys. If anyone has the lyrics, please comment with them. I'll go over them later. But chalo, 1, 2, 3, play.
ये तेरे लिए ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं है, गानों में गाली अनएथिकल तो नहीं, तुम भी यही वक्त खैर मन लगा के सुनना चेक कर, कहीं कम तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं। ये तेरे लिए ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं है, गानों में गाली अनएथिकल तो नहीं, तुम भी यही वक्त मन लगा के सुनना चेक कर, कहीं कम तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं। नमस्कार मेरे भाइयों, इससे पहले देशद्रोही बोलो आराम मेरे भाइयों, मैं भारत में ही पैदा हुआ, यहीं की आवाज, तो ये बात कहना मेरा हक और काम मेरे भाइयों। सोने की चिड़िया था ये जान के हैं वांदे, हत्याकांड होते हैं भगवान तेरे नाम पे, जनता अंधी गूंगी देशभक्ति इनकी जागती है, केवल 26 जन 15 अगस्त इंस्टाग्राम पे, और बाकी दिन कूड़ा फेंको थूको रोड पे, लड़की छेड़ो गाली बको कौन साला रोक रहा है, भूखे सोरे गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट्स के, और देशभक्ति चल रही केवल फेसबुक के पोस्ट पे। वीआईपी गुजर रहा है रोड से तो एम्बुलेंस रोको, नेताजी को अर्जेंट बहुत है, जरूरी नहीं कि नेताजी ही बैठे हों, उसमें हो सकते उनके बेटे बहू नाती पोते, तू सलाम ठोक, तूने ही सर पे बैठाया है सलूट मार, ये जो हवा पानी खाने को तू कोसता है, ये तेरा भी कर रहा है, लंबी सांस ले और घूट मार, जिस पे काम मैं वो काम कर रहा, टैक्स भर रहा, अब मेरे टैक्स का फ्लाईओवर और नेता उस पे सेक्स कर रहा, पार्लियामेंट में पहुंच चल रही भाई लोग, और ये 60 रुपए के टोल के लिए कॉल कर रहे भाई लोग। ये ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं है, गानों में गाली अनएथिकल तो नहीं है, तेरी भी यही भाषा ध्यान लगा के सुनना चेक कर, कम डेसिबल तो नहीं है, दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही और हम थम गए, बेसिक नीड्स ही नहीं पूरी, खुद में नंबर 1 बन गए, मैं हत्याकांड किसी की जान की नहीं परवाह, जंगल बेचे खुद जानवर ही बन गए, बढ़ रही देश में गरीबी, धंधे के नाम पे गंदे काम और भेष में फरीबी, आलू इनका कपड़ा इनका मीडिया और पनीर भी, मिलावट अंधेरे में दुकान में 4 CCTV, पर जो सब पे निगाह रखे उस पे आंख रखे कौन, या किससे आस रखे कौन, गायक क्या गाएगा इसका हिसाब कर रहे सब, और बेटियों के रेप पे इंसाफ करे कौन, ऐसी एजुकेशन पैसे दे के टॉप मार रहे हैं, मैं खुद हूँ ड्रॉप आउट, ये मुझसे कैसी होप मांग रहे हैं, और जो टॉप मार रहे हैं वो भी जॉब मांग रहे हैं, फिर क्यों नहीं धुआं धुआं होगा, क्यों नहीं बॉब मार्ले होंगे, खैर हम नहीं बोलेंगे, ईगो नहीं होने देंगे, यहाँ पे आवाज नहीं उठानी, ये शो नहीं होने देंगे, देख पैसा ही सर्वाइवल है, ये वोक वाक नहीं होना, अपना देश आगे बढ़ रहा, हम स्लो नहीं होने देंगे, जब जनता कोई नहीं सुनना तो काय को लिखें, लेट्स से ऑल इज वेल एंड जस्ट ट्राई टू प्रिटेंड कि जब बेटी बड़ी होगी होगी ये एक सेफ जगह, और सच बोलने पे नहीं यहाँ पे आएंगे समन, इसको कितना सुनोगे मैं स्ट्रीम्स देख लूंगा, इसका इम्पैक्ट और इस पे रील देख लूंगा, मैं तो 10 बना दूं, सुनने वाले तो बनो, ये चला तो चला वरना मीम देख लूंगा, हाँ ये टेक्निकल तो नहीं ना, अनएथिकल तो नहीं ना, ये तेरी ही है भाषा, कम तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं ना yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I can see why you guys were messaging a lot about this. So there's a lot of things that he's brought up in the track with newspaper recordings, right? Okay, so here's the deal. I genuinely love socio-political commentary in the music because I feel that's where things even kind of started at, right? It's kind of core to the genre and to uh, what it was trying to do. So from that aspect, it's great. I have faced this issue here on the channel in one of my earlier reactions on a track like this, where if y'all don't agree with something, y'all will go and hate on me wherever, whatever platform you enjoy the most. And it's beyond my understanding why someone is so jobless that they have time in their day to do that. But if you don't agree with me, I'll just say this as at a onset as a disclaimer. If you don't agree with something I say while I'm commenting on this track, then just move on. Say, okay, I disagree with her on this point, and move on with your life, and I'll move on with my life. It's all good. Okay. So with that said, I like the sonic of it because it really set the mood right at the onset. It was very like, and he was whispering at the start and at the end, and he's kind of created this ambiance where you're forced to like he's pulled you in, and you're forced to get serious and listen. It's like it's like a friend calling an intervention and saying, "Yo, we need to talk. Sit down." And looks you, eye to eye and starts telling you what is happening that you need to fix or you need to think about at least, whatever, right? So wo mood immediately set ho gaya music se. And and I appreciate that when things actually bother you, because I've seen a couple of his story posts about things that go on in his city and otherwise in the country, mainly in his city, that he posts about. So very, very few artists care to do that. Um, and I think, especially in a genre like hip hop and rap, especially in that space, if the artists are too, um, if the artists are very like, I don't want to comment on something political, I don't want to comment on something social, um, then you're like, okay, it's fine. You don't need to put stories, you don't need to say things just because you're a public figure. But if you don't even talk about it in your songs in the genre that you're in specifically, I can't expect an Arijit Singh to do that. But because you belong in this space, and there are things going on, and if you don't even talk about it in your songs now and then, not every day, but once in a while, now and um, then maybe you're simply in that genre space for very not so real reasons. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's good that Karma's done this, and it's good that other artists also do it now and then whenever things bother them. And I appreciate artists like that, artists who never speak up or never say anything. Um, kind of makes you wonder ना कि आप कर क्या रहे हैं इस स्पेस में फिर अगर आप कभी किसी चीज के लिए आवाज नहीं उठाएंगे और कुछ भी नहीं बोलेंगे तो what is the point, man? What's the point? Okay, so I want to just go over what I'll do is I'll go over the video so that I can even pause in the newspaper cuttings and see what he's talking about, because I don't know all of the stuff. So he opens and he's walking through this market. So he's kind of like trying to show the real world and standing in the streets. And okay, ye zyada technical to nahi hai. I really like that hook actually. It's quite technical to nahi hai, and ganon mein gali unethical to nahi hai. Debatable, and I'll get to that. Um, तुम भी यही बकते हो, खैर नॉट एवरीवन, मन लगा के सुनना, चेक कर, ओके, कहीं कम तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं है, ओके. बाय द वे द शॉट्स आर रियली गुड. हु हैज शॉट दिस? सॉरी, बिफोर आई मूव फॉरवर्ड, ये किसने शूट किया है म्यूजिक वीडियो? यहाँ लिखा नहीं है क्रेडिट्स में. व्हाट? कहाँ है? नहीं लिखा है. So okay, coming back full screen, I like that he didn't, it wasn't a loud track, it wasn't like in your face, loud, like ye ho raha hai, neta ye kar rahe hain, wo kar rahe hain. It wasn't. It was very calm, chill. Um, the mood of it was very somber, but it was very, yeah, it packed a punch without being loud. So that was good. ज़्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं है, गानों में गालियाँ अनएथिकल तो नहीं है, तुम भी यही बकते, नॉट रियली। मन लगा के, ओके, फाइन, नेक्स्ट। Lot of street shots, people on the road. I like the aesthetic of the video. It's just very real, very nice. Whoever has shot it. Um, आराम मेरे, sorry, नमस्कार मेरे भाइयों, इससे पहले देशद्रोही बोलो, आराम मेरे भाइयों, मैं भारत में ही पैदा हुआ, यहीं की आवाज, तो ये बात कहना मेरा हक और काम मेरे भाइयों। ओके, गुड। सोने की चिड़िया था ये, जान के है वांदे। Cops and his father watching Noida techie drowns 2 hours after car falls in drain. I'm sorry, but this pissed me off as well. I mean, the policemen who were there, shame on them. Honestly, shame on them. I don't know how they will live with themselves for the rest of their lives. There are so many ways to save people, man. 2 hours. Are you joking? You could have thrown in a tire. You could have thrown him a rope and pulled him out. Like, you could have done something if you didn't know how to swim. What is wrong with people? Anyway, sorry. I will watch these and I will get my annoyance out as well. Anti-minority in India rose by 13%. Okay. US research group, I'm sorry. I don't buy that shit at all. In fact, the anti-majority hate speech in India has risen. If you guys haven't. So any of these US research group bullshit, I don't buy at all. They can mind their own business. Tarun from Uttam Nagar, this one pissed me off. I couldn't believe this was happening in today's day and age in India, in Delhi. In Delhi, guys. You know what will happen is that ये सब चीजें highlight होगी और end of the day some moron will stand up and say, oh, this government is useless. Oh, Modi ji ko blame karo. Anyway, let's come back. It's much more nuanced than those kind of blanket random statements. हत्याकांड होते हैं भगवान तेरे नाम पे. ये क्या है फुटेज किसी चीज का भीड़ है यहाँ पे. I don't know what is happening. हत्याकांड होते हैं भगवान तेरे नाम पे. जनता अंधी गूंगी देशभक्ति इनकी जागती है. केवल 26 जनवरी 15 अगस्त इंस्टाग्राम पे और बाकी दिन कूड़ा फेंको. थैंक यू. I love Karma for highlighting this. Love it. नहीं, जब इंडिया क्रिकेट खेल रहा होता है या कोई पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट मैच हो रहा होता है या 26 जनवरी 15 अगस्त हो रहा होता है या जो भी है, वन ऑफ दोज इंसिडेंट्स, उन दिनों आप बहुत आई लव माई कंट्री एंड ये वो, एंड every other day of the week you are throwing garbage on the streets. I hate it needs to be called out. You go to the mountains here, okay, we have such beautiful landscapes and mountains and rivers and beaches and countryside and everything. But no, we cannot keep our own country clean. And I told you guys this incident and I will repeat it here because I want to talk about it as often as we can and this occasion calls for it. A McDonald's. I was driving through. I paid. I go to the window to collect my meal. I give him the receipt. The guy takes the receipt, checks my number and throws it on the ground. In the space between my car and the window. He just threw it on the ground and I was in shock. And when I asked him, what the hell did you just do? He's like, nahi, wo aake le lenge, wo kisi aur ka kaam hai. He's literally standing inside the McDonald's with a dustbin right near his feet. And he prefers to dirty his country like it's a dustbin because kisi aur ka kaam hai aapka kachra saaf karna. It's shocking to me. And then you go to the mountains and you go trekking and you go hiking in the beautiful mountains and you see water bottles and chips packets all around. Are people dumb? I mean, seriously, did you guys not, did nobody teach anyone cleanliness in school or in your homes while growing up? It's bizarre to me how you can think that you can throw anything anywhere where you're standing and just walk off. Haven't you heard of the concept of dustbins? It's so infuriating. The other day I was driving to an event with my mom and some of her friends, and another friend of hers, an auntie from Dubai. And I was so irritated because I saw some kachra on the road and I was driving and I was like, it's such a beautiful country and they've effed it up. They've effed it up. They can't keep their surroundings clean. They just cannot throw garbage in a dustbin. They can't throw it in a plastic bag, carry it home, put it in a dustbin. Learn something from the Japanese, if nothing else. Like it just and auntie was like, yes, you're absolutely right. We have such a beautiful country, man. How can you, as a thinking, living, breathing human with a brain, ever, how does it sit with you that you just threw garbage on the road? How does it sit right with you? Anyway, I'm coming back, exactly. Kuda, what is it? What is it? Feko? Chodo road pe. Right? Feko thuko road pe. Exactly. And the spitting habit. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on the spitting habits. Who taught you all this shit, man? Honestly, unlearn it. Unlearn this garbage. Sorry, I'm not lecturing you in particular, you who's watching. I'm just saying it to the general janta. It's so infuriating. If, the government policies and schemes and law and order, blah, 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 all of that may not be in your control. But freaking hell, man, the cleanliness of your country is in your control. ले लड़की छेड़ो गाली बको कौन साला रोक रहा है exactly what the hell is that. What the hell is that? And all this toxic shit from the movies, like stalking is cool and eve teasing is cool. F you. Seriously. Not you, but people who do that. Oh my God. मेरे को बहुत karma. You're giving me like second-hand anger issues are happening. And this gali nonsense. Which is why I said जो आपने हुक में बोला है, वो ही आप यहाँ बोल रहे हो. And it's a bit contradictory. But we'll come to this whole gali business because I want to talk about it properly after. It's a more extended conversation. लड़की छेड़ो गाली बको कौन साला रोक रहा है? Fucking disgraceful. How can any guy live with himself if he tries to be disrespectful towards a girl? What were you taught in your home if you can do that? It's just disgraceful. Like, seriously, you are trash on the planet. You should just. Okay. Disgraceful. I've never encountered this stuff. And honestly, I have to say that I never heard galis in songs or I never like knew of a lot of things because that's just not stuff I grew up around. And I'm not speaking from a place of privilege. I'm just giving you a different perspective. It was just all very new to me. And even today, it hurts my ears when I hear galis in a song. I have become slightly numb to it, but it still bothers me. And a lot of stuff, the way women are addressed and they're talked about, like, who taught you this stuff? Some rapper sitting in America? Are you for real? What a wannabe thing, man. What a wannabe thing. Ugh. The other day, somebody commented on some old video of mine, and I was like, what are you actually fighting for? Your right to be crass and like crude and like like a very despicable part of society. Like, what are you trying to defend here? Your right to be this uncultured human? Yeah, go be uncultured on your own time, man. Don't bring the filth into places where people where cultured people live, or cultured societies are, or higher thinking and higher discourses happen. Just elevate yourself. The people you're trying to copy from the west, from the ghettos, they're all trying to get out of those social circumstances of theirs. They don't want to live in that. They don't have a choice. They're there, but they'd rather not be in it. And you बाहर बैठ के आप उसी में घुसना चाह रहे हो कचरे में. I don't understand this mentality. It's so dumb. And the thing is, I have lived in the US. I have seen the ghettos. I have lived in Europe. I have lived in the UK. I have lived in the Middle East. I have traveled the whole world. थोड़ा हमने life experience से सीखा होगा. So when I say something in my videos, I'm not coming from an ignorant place. I have actually seen more of the world than a lot of people. And again, it's not coming from a place of privilege. It's just coming from a place of sharing a different POV. So I actually get so amused by the hate comments I get, like, oh, she doesn't know anything, or she's living in her own bubble. Guys, I can call it as I see it because I've seen a lot of things in life more than you. I know how people around the world are. I know different cultures. I've experienced them firsthand. I've lived in them. So it's if I share something, it's not to try to put someone or something down. It's so that maybe I can impact your thinking in a more positive way for you to want to rise higher than go lower. That's all it is. Anyway, coming back. Bhuke Sore gold medalist Olympic sports ke, or yeah, this is quite shameful. If this is happening, they should have government jobs or be looked after. देशभक्ति चल रही केवल फेसबुक की पोस्ट पे. I agree. Then VIP गुजर रहा है रोड से तो. Yeah, this whole, the thing is, ambulance roko Netaji ko urgent bahut hai. This is bullshit. Anyone, again, I said this, I think in my, which reaction was it? I don't think it was a song reaction. Abhi recently in this past month, some reaction it was about, yeah, it was, I think, Dhurandhar wala. Haan. Dhurandhar wala jo first scene tha in which that MP has killed his father and raped his sister, and all of that is happening. They're abusing their political power, right? In Punjab, that whole chapter 1 of Dhurandhar, The Revenge. That time I was saying this. I was like, why are netas chadhaud so much in this country? Why are film stars, even I'll say even artists and rappers, itna kyun chadha dete hain? Like, what is wrong with people? Especially the netas. Let's come to the main mudda. The netas and the thing. You have to understand that when you elect someone into a position to represent you, they are not people that you have to bow down to and kiss the ground they walk on and bichhao phool. And yeah, once they deliver what they promised you, yeah, you can admire them and praise them. But ऐसे ही इतने चढ़े जाते हैं politicians or actors, actresses इस country में, that I'm just like, weren't they elected to serve you? They were elected to serve you, not for you to submit to them and their mood swings and their freaking bullshit on the roads and whatnot. So I agree. This should be called out. Just because there is a thing, you can't stop it. An ambulance cannot be stopped for anything. In this country, the drive, let's not, don't even get me started on the road nonsense. Everyone keeps crying about, oh, government ऐसे करती है और ये नहीं है हमारे country में और ये नहीं है और वो नहीं है वो नहीं है. आप लोग कैसे drive करते हो road पे? Do you follow traffic rules? Do you enter the no entry lanes? Do you respect the signals? Do you give way at a roundabout to the cars that are already in the circle? No, these are basic traffic rules. Do you allow people to cross the road when there's a zebra crossing drawn? Rarely there must be, but there must be somewhere. Nowhere have I seen cars slowing down to allow someone to, calmly cross the road. जैसे ही कोई क्रॉस करता हुआ दिखता है, आप लोग गाड़ी पे एक्सेलरेटर दबा देते हो. Especially the autos and the bikes and whatnot. Like, nobody freaking cares about courtesy to other people. If you can't be courteous to the person next to you, how are you going to live in a society that's constantly fucking fighting with each other and trying to one up each other? It's actually a very suffocating environment. And that's why I think it's very, like, I am finding it difficult to adjust in India, because I'm just like, why are people so discourteous to each other? They will cut the queue. I mean, I'm sorry, but you may dislike the Brits for however many years they ruled on you, and there's so much to dislike the um, the colonizer mentality for. But when I lived in the UK, the one thing I loved is that nobody tries to cut the queue, right? It's just not in the culture, in the mind. Forget UK, everywhere else that I've lived. You got here first, so you are in line ahead of me. That's it. I'm going to get in line behind you, and I will wait my time. That's it. It's as simple as that. Why are queues so difficult to follow in this country? There is no courtesy to the person on the road. There is no courtesy to the driver next to you. It is all about dog eat dog. It's so irritating. And basic road manners is to stop your car or move it to the side when you hear the ambulance horn, man. Someone's life is at stake. You can get wherever you need to get like 2 minutes late. Let the ambulance pass. It's so infuriating to me how ambulance अपना पूरा siren light सबके साथ traffic में फंसी हुई है. You don't see that anywhere else in the world. An ambulance whizzes past, you hear the siren, and within like 10 seconds the siren will be long gone, because everybody knows what's at stake here. Everybody gives way and parks their car or moves it to the side. I mean, it's insane to me how in India you don't care for your fellow countryman, and you can't follow road rules when it comes to letting ambulances pass. So you can't blame it completely on the netas. Yes, the whole entourage bullshit business that goes on is rubbish, but I don't see any regular people stopping or pulling their cars to the side for an ambulance to pass either. Oh my God, this reaction, I was not expecting it to be like this, but अब कर्मा अपनी भड़ास निकाल रहे हैं तो I also have the opportunity. I'm just saying. एम्बुलेंस रोको, नेताजी को अर्जेंट बहुत है। हाँ, सबको अर्जेंट बहुत है इस कंट्री में। सबकी ट्रेन छूट रही है, सबको वीआईपी ट्रीटमेंट चाहिए रोड पे, एंड नोबडी वांट्स टू बी नाइस टू द नेक्स्ट पर्सन। जरूरी नहीं कि नेताजी ही बैठे हों, या ये तो सब उनका, दिस व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, लाइक इन दैट मूवी द एंटायर फैमिली वाज मिसयूजिंग द पावर ऑफ वन एमपी हु वाज द फादर ऑफ द फैमिली। एवरीबॉडी इज मिसयूजिंग पावर एंड यू गाइस आर चढ़ाविंग देम। यू गाइस आर चढ़ाविंग देम आई थिंक वो हमारे नेता और नेताजी ये और नेताजी वो, और पुलिस वालों का भी तो एनीवे, this is good because it needs to be called out. Um, some things just, I mean, the one thing that I hate the most, and again, like karma, I'm an Indian, so I can say the one thing I hate the most about living in India is that I do not trust the law and order to protect me in any scenario, whether it's personal safety, like physical safety, or whether it's civil safety or court cases or someone stealing from you or someone, whatever. You will not get justice. How will you get justice? The court cases take so fucking long in this country. Any matter takes so long to resolve that you might as well just, okay, उसमें हो सकते हैं उनके बेटे बहू नाती पोते। Yeah. ये सेम मेंटालिटी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में भी है। आई एम जस्ट सेइंग, यही सेम मेंटालिटी सब जगह है। सबको यहाँ पे वीआईपी फील होना है, एंड आई एम जस्ट गोना से इट एज आई सी इट बिकॉज whether I meet an artist or a celebrity or someone in a store, or someone I'm meeting randomly for the first time for work reasons, someone I'm meeting through a friend, anyone I meet, I will be the same with them. Like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. I don't care if it's a Ranveer Singh tomorrow, or if it's a whoever. It'll just be like, hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. That's it. End of story. It's fine. Your credentials don't enter the room for me. But here, if I've noticed, especially living in Bombay for the short time that I did, anyone who's even semi-famous, like semi-known, forget a big film star or anything, unki to nakhre hi kuch aur hai. But any semi-known person, also an influencer online, or they will expect to be treated different when they walk into a restaurant or someplace. You can tell because it's in their face, it's in their eyes, and you're just like, and these same people, when they travel abroad and they actually like walk around the streets or sit in a bar and pub, they'll be like, oh man, nobody's paying us any attention or treating us any different. Like, that's when they get a reality check, because yeah, nobody cares. Relax. Oh, like, I think I can't remember the person's name, but there was a bunch of girls who I think do a podcast. I don't know what it's called. They traveled to the UK and they were sitting in a pub, and this one of the girls on that podcast was actually complaining that yaar hame to lag raha tha ki hum thode bahut famous ho gaye hain because we have this podcast, but nobody here is giving us a second look. Nobody's giving us any attention. And this guy literally came and said if he can sit here at our pub table or whatever. And I was like, yeah, welcome to the real world, guys. Nobody actually gives a just meet people with warmth, meet people as a real human being, and chill out in life. Don't take yourself that seriously. So it's just bizarre to me how that entire thing plays out, which again, coming back, is where people get chadowed. सर पे चढ़ा लेते हैं। कोई किसी की भी थोड़ी सी भी कहीं भी पोजीशन आपको दिख जाएगी, ओ ये उस कंपनी में वो है, ओ ये इस फिल्म में था, ओ ये उसमें। Okay, it's just work. It's just work. Doesn't define them. Are they a nice human being to your face and in this exchange of energy and conversation that's happening? If they're not, then please साइड करो। माय गॉड, मेरे बहुत थॉट्स और भड़ास निकल के आ रही है, बट यस, तू सलाम ठोक, तूने ही सिर पे बैठाया है सलूट मार। एग्जैक्टली माय पॉइंट। यस, सबको आप सिर पे ही बैठाते हो। ये जो हवा पानी खा, जिन जिन लोगों को आप सर पे बैठाते हो ना, स्पेशली लाइक कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स और मीडियम हाई मेगा हाई लेवल की फेम वाले, they are all very flawed normal human beings like you and me. So इतना pedestal पे मत चढ़ाओ, और definitely online तो toxic fan bases की तरह मत लड़ो झगड़ो. Like seriously, do something better with your day. Go and learn a new language or learn the guitar. Like do something that adds value to who you are. Um, rather than all this salam ठोकोing business. ये जो हवा पानी खा रे कौन से खाने को तू कोसता है, हवा पानी खाने को तू कोसता है, ये showing that bucket with the sad, ये तेरा भी करा है, या लंबी सांस ले और घूंट मार, जिस पे काम है वो काम कर रहा, टैक्स भर रहा, मेरे टैक्स का फ्लाईओवर और नेता उसमें करा. This I don't know. I didn't know what this incident is. Really? What is happening? Hey. This pawn in the parliament news is a little old, no? I think it was in. Ugh, that is disgusting. Yeah, throw him out, man. Throw him out. Throw him out of the parliament, throw him out of the party, whatever. और ये 60 रुपए के टोल के लिए कॉल कर रहे भाई लोग. It's so ridiculous. Everyone's just got so much rage, no? This is what I was talking about in one of my podcasts with a guest. I was like, as a traveler, when you visit a country, you feel the energy when you land there. You can feel the energy because it's in the air. It's coming from the people. And if the base level of joy um, is very low, then you will feel it in the air. You won't enjoy, And if the base level of joy is already very high, meaning people are already like very happy and chilled out and mentally they're relaxed, in their life, then you will feel it also in the air. So this whole, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I understand that people have circumstances and life and problems and all of that, but all this rage business and all this random rob harna or ye or wo, or how can you just beat up someone? That's the problem. These things happen and I can't trust that anything will be done about it. If someone treats me badly tomorrow or tries to cheat me or deceive me, anyway. और ये 60 रुपए के टोल के लिए कॉल कर रहे हैं भाई लोग. बोल ये ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं है, गानों में गाली अनएथिकल तो नहीं है. विल टॉक अबाउट दैट. तेरी भी भाषा ध्यान लगा के सुनना, चेक कर क्या तेरा डेसिबल कम तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं है. ऑलरेडी रीलिंग फ्रॉम अ हस्बैंड्स इंसिडेंट. ये क्या है? दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही और हम थम गए. This wife was made to clean the ambulance. Oh my God, are you serious? The wife was made to clean the ambulance. What the? Who did that? Which hospital? दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही और हम थम गए. Yeah, these are all real issues. Basic needs ही नहीं पूरी, खुद में number 1 बन गए. आम है हत्याकांड. 5 murders in 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't feel safe in this country. It's sad, but it's true. Father of this was so sad. This was so sad. This Tripura student. I saw that, and I was just shaking my head like, what the actual, like, how dumb are people? How have they been raised with these thoughts and these values? How? Just, this is like, you can't even put it down to lack of education because they all go to school. It's just lack of awareness. It's just lack of, like, people are so unaware that there may be I'll give you a small example. I get comments now and then about, oh, बहुत अंग्रेज बन रही है और बहुत English क्यों झाड़ रही हो, हिंदी बोलना नहीं आता, etc., etc. And I have said this multiple times and then I stopped saying it because now it's been a minute that I've been on YouTube. So if you think that मैं बहुत अंग्रेज बन रही हूँ because I'm talking in English, then the insecurity lies in you, not in me. I am communicating in a language that I have grown up thinking in. That was my environment and that was my surrounding. And that's how I lived majority of my life. It's not that I can't speak Hindi or I don't speak Hindi. It's just that I'm able to express myself better in English. But I mix it up with Hindi as it flows. I don't consciously think of it. And I don't consciously think of, oh, मुझे ये करना चाहिए या वो करना चाहिए. ये बस है. और ये इसलिए है क्योंकि मेरा environment ऐसा था growing up, right? Where I studied with children from all over and our common language was English. So my childhood friends and I, we converse in English. We don't converse in Hindi. Now that was my circumstance and your circumstance was obviously very different. You must have grown up with your childhood friends and you speaking Hindi more often, or Punjabi or Malayalam or Tamil, whatever. And hence that's the language that you default to. But that's not my case, right? So I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm not trying to act cool. I'm not trying to be angrez. And I'm not trying to demean you in any way. You like, Why is it so difficult for you to accept that there are people with different life experiences and they will not be like you? And that in no way is someone trying to demean you. That is a very sad insecurity bug that's in your mind. So just be like, yeah, I understood what you're saying. मुझे समझ आ गया. The reason language exists is so we can communicate our thoughts and ideas to each other. That's the basic point of it. And as long as you get what I mean, that's all that matters. I mean, I lived in Spain when I didn't even speak the language, and people were freaking warm and welcoming. And I would try. I would try. And when I couldn't, I would speak English to them to get my point across. I would draw diagrams sometimes to my senora, especially whose home I was living in. And as long as the point got across and we understood each other, that's all that mattered. So again, all this racism and all this bullshit that goes on is because people are so unaware that एक और दुनिया है लोगों की और सब लोग उस दुनिया में equal respect deserve करते हैं. And these are people that are your own countrymen. So if you've been taught garbage your whole life and that's kind of stuck in your head where you need to use racial slurs or do all this bullshit, then freaking hell, man, you are trash. You are a waste of space on the planet. Go and improve yourself. This particular issue just pissed me off. Retired brigadiers killing, government cracks down on tightens control on bar regulation. Uttarakhand government law and order says there's atmosphere of fear in Dehradun. I didn't know about this incident. What is this? The occupants of the car from which the shot was fired later assaulted those in the car they were chasing. What? What the hell? Spoiled brats, completely uncivic, uncivilized people, just freaking entitlement. I can't. There's just so much bullshit. There's just so much bullshit here. Honestly, life is not that complicated. Do something you enjoy doing, keep your family happy, eat, drink, be merry, live and let live, and don't act like it's your babki road. That's all. Don't be entitled to attention, to this, to that, whatever. Ugh. Sometimes I feel like I just need to retire in Spain where my adulthood started because it's a different world. जंगल बेचे खुद जानवर ही बन गए. What is this? Okay, women protesting. पंच तत्व सत्याग्रह. बढ़ी देश में गरीबी, धंधे के नाम पे गंदे काम. The deadly dose inside India's cough syrup obsession. What happened here? Oh, again, nothing is safe over here. Honestly, that whole paneer fiasco, this cough syrup, I didn't know about. Speaking of, fake mal that gets sold, how disgusting is Amazon and Flipkart and all these places over here? I'm telling you honestly, as someone who has lived with Amazon for a long time in different countries, Amazon in India is the worst. The worst customer service, the worst quality control, the worst quality checks, the worst freaking fake shit that gets sold here. It's ridiculous. It's like a gamble. Okay, I'm placing this order. I don't know if the product is going to come to me in a good condition, whether it'll be the right product, whether it'll be a fake product. You just don't know. It's a freaking gamble with your money every time you place an order. And for those who haven't lived outside India, I will tell you, this is not the case anywhere else in the world with Amazon. Anywhere else in the world. I have never had a problem with any of those platforms in terms of quality, in terms of delivery, in terms of anything. I have not had any problem. Worst case scenario, you may have to return it or exchange it because the size doesn't fit or it's not actually, compatible with whatever your needs are. That's it. I don't remember ever having to get on a customer service call with Amazon or Flipkart or anyone. But the amount of times I am enraged by different companies here in India and the amount of energy and time that gets wasted on customer service calls that are utterly useless. The people they hire are utterly useless. The scripts they've been given are utterly useless. Nobody really provides a solution. Nobody's looking to solve a problem in customer service in India. They are just there to rattle off the scripts, that lines that they have been given, and to clock in and clock out and get a salary at the end of the month. Nobody has ever tried to offer me a solution. Like, okay, you know what? I can't do this for you, but let me see if there's something else I can work out. It just boggles my mind how, we are so many people and we can't get some basics right. this fraud stuff that gets sold in terms of medicine, in terms of paneer, in terms of other this thing. Just the other day, I was telling my mom, I was just like, I don't know what the food authority or the licensing authority in India does, because so much bad shit gets sold and consumed here with the approval stamp. I think it's called FSSAI or something like that. You know that Mountain Dew, Coke, none of it tastes the same in India as it does outside India, right? And I'm saying that in a bad way. It tastes like shit in India. It has too much sugar in it. Too much freaking sugar. There's no actual cola taste. It's just sugar. Cut to example two, chocolates. Do you know how bad chocolates in India taste? Even to this date, when we were growing up and we would come here on the summer vacation, we would be like, why is the chocolate tasting so different here? My sister and I. And to this day, of course, if you have imported things, they will be the right ingredients. But things that are made for India, everything from a Kit Kat to whatever else, Snickers, jo bhi aap khate hain, does not taste rich like chocolate should. The approvals are so lenient in India, it would never get approved in the EU, the kind of chocolate that gets sold here. It probably has like 30-40% less cocoa for a basic milk chocolate, the approval numbers. Anyway, I'm just going on and on, but there's so much that this song is bringing out for me to talk about. मिलावट वो हो गया 4 CCTV, वो पनीर वाला ना, wait वो क्या था, Gujarat factory busted for making milk with urea and detergent. This is disgusting, man. Just disgusting. How just boggles my mind how people don't have a conscience. They just don't have a conscience, man. 1400 kg fake paneer made with chemicals. I saw this in Surat. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. With industrial acids and palm oil. Just disgusting. My mom banned us from eating paneer outside, and we are vegetarian. So anyway, I don't really love paneer, but just disgusting. You can't trust anything. You can't trust anything because the authorities that are approving that food stuff is just, and oh yeah, just yesterday there was a woman whose reel popped up on my Instagram. She was talking about how her kids were told not to bring lunch because they had some function. So she said okay, and they gave them some juice ka packet, some chips ka packet, and some samosa or some whatever. Her kid at 11:30 at night started vomiting continuously and had to be rushed to the hospital for tests, blood tests, this, that, and for IV. And the doctor said that she had severe food poisoning. The name was something else. And this is due to that shit that gets packeted and sold in juice bottles and chips packets in India. All approved by the food authority. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like, yeah, it's okay. People's health doesn't matter. Medicines are cheap in this country, right? I don't know how this is acceptable to anyone. So yeah, there are a lot of problems still left to fix, man. उस पे आंख रखे कौन, यहाँ किससे आस रखे कौन, गायक क्या गाए, ये क्या था, गायक क्या गाएगा इसका हिसाब करे सब. Okay, this bit I felt was a little bit of a whataboutery because it's not कि यहाँ पे आप focus कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे ये problems हैं. Problems तो हमेशा हर जगह रहेंगी. It's not this or that. It can be this and this also. So um Badshah Tatire sparks outrage over portrayal of schoolgirls. As it should. As it should. I'm sorry, but under the garb of art, you cannot take things like this lightly. Did you see that there was another track, I think was it Guru Randhava, where he was literally hitting on an underage schoolgirl in the music video? How is that acceptable? And it's not कि oh artist पे इतना क्यों ध्यान दे रहे हो जब देश में इतने problems हैं. That is a very disingenuous argument. Very, very. It's not this or that. It's both. Both are problems. जब वो सामने आया तो उस पे भी बात होगी. And if he's portraying schoolgirls in a music video, of course it should be called out. The song has been. And why are people making music videos with schoolgirls? Have you ever questioned that? Please answer me. Have you ever thought about this? Why are music videos being made with schoolgirls in tiny skirts being overtly sexual? Why? Do you have an answer? how is this acceptable to you guys living in this? And then you're talking about girls pe ye. I mean, if you're going to watch songs like this and portray things like this in music videos, and then you're also going to make songs about how लड़कियों को ऐसे treat किया जाता है या वैसे उनके बारे में बात कही जाती है, you are objectifying them in your art, and you're abusing them in your art as well, and you're calling them all sorts of names in your art, and then you guys are also coming in the comments and defending that shit. So little, I mean, hypocrisy much, like, you know, when there was a song that really blew up. Okay, I won't name the song. उस पे बहुत reels बन रहे थे. उस पे बहुत मतलब it was insane how much that hook was being used to make reels by everyone. And I was asked to react to it. I kid you not. I sat to react to it. I got through somehow the first verse. As soon as the second verse started, I couldn't get beyond the first two lines. I was just like, fucking hell, ew, gross, put this off. This shit is not going on my channel. And I didn't record that reaction or release it. It was just ew to me. It was just disgusting. I'm like, how can anyone in their right mind listen to these shitty lyrics? The guy who wrote them was clearly a turkey, was clearly like he needs help. And to think that that song got recorded, were there not engineers in that room? Were there not producers in that room? Was there no one in that room, in that team, in the crew, the managers, anyone, the label? Like nobody in that room thought this is problematic shit. It was demeaning, it was gross, and it should be called out when it happens. And I didn't react to it. And then few months later, I met someone from that label, who was talking about how that song really caught on and it was such a hit and it made us so much money, etc. And this person has daughters, and I know him. And I was like, buddy, that song was problematic. Have you heard the lyrics? I'm sorry, I need to say it. And he was like, it's okay as long as it made me money. That was the moment for me. I was just like, wow. So the point I'm trying to get at is that you artists are not exempt. If you can call out problems through songs like this in the society, then have the balls to call out stuff within art as well. Just because something is art doesn't mean it can come under um like I don't know the exact article of the constitution this is about, but you cannot hurt people's sentiments. So freedom of speech is a right, but with rights, like I've said, with rights come duties. And your duty as just a basic decent human being is to not hurt others and is to not demean others for no real reason. So you like constantly try to degrade and demean a whole group of individuals, namely women, through your lyrics and through your portrayal of them and sexualization of them and objectification of them and all that. And you can't think that that's okay. I'm sorry, you can't. It's just wrong. So मेरे को headache हो रहा है. I had to record a bunch of more videos after this, but I think I'll end my session after this song. घातक क्या गायक क्या गाएगा इसका हिसाब करे कौन? ओ बेटियों के रेप पे इंसाफ करे कौन? Yeah, both are equally bad. If you, as an artist, have a conscience and you understand that because of the things you say in your art, you may want to disassociate yourself from any responsibility you have, but everything that has to do with rights or power, any of those positions or influence, any of those things come with a set of responsibilities. Whether you want to take those responsibilities or not, it depends on you as a human being, what your values are. But a lot of artists I see just wash their hands, like हमारी थोड़ी responsibility है society को change करना या society को better बनाना या जो भी है. हाँ, लेकिन आपकी आर्ट से सोसाइटी में काफी लोगों के माइंड पे इन्फ्लुएंस हो रहा है और वो आपको भी पता है. वो आपको भी पता है. You're very well aware of it. So if you can't, if you want to outwardly not take the responsibility of influencing positively, at least don't demean people and be disrespectful. And again, it all comes down to a lot of this happening in rap music, of course. Because that's the genre. I'm sorry, but again, I can't say this enough. And I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I don't want to be the one who lectures people in the scene. And that's not why I started this channel and my videos and all of that. But I have to say things as I call them because then I can't sleep at night. And I have said this from the start that yes, you adopted a genre that came from the West that has been, adopted, co-opted, whatever you want to call it, adopted. And there are a lot of people who do justice to that genre and its ethos, its code, its conduct, whatever it is, um, its core technicalities and everything. But when you adopt something from outside, don't be such a wannabe that you take the trash with the good. Okay, you don't have to adopt every single element of that thing. You can leave the trash out of your house, bring the good stuff in. I don't know why this is so difficult to get through to people without them coming at me. Like, oh, you don't know. I get a lot of hate, like, oh, you're so pretentious, you don't know hip hop and you're just pretend. When the hell did I ever claim to know hip hop? When did I get, like, find me one video of mine from the past 6 years where I have claimed to be an expert on hip hop and rap? I never did. I never did. All I did was start a YouTube channel where I could watch music and videos and discuss the art of it, because I did that for a very long time on radio and I love doing that. That's all it is. So, all this, like, random ass attacking me for speaking my mind, then being hypocritical, like, oh, we needed a female perspective in the scene. Then when the female gives her perspective, then you guys have a problem with it. Oh, she doesn't understand anything. She doesn't know anything. She's a noob. She's a wannabe. She's whatever. I mean, it's just, it's just noise. It's just noise to me. I don't really. Okay, then insaf kar rahe kaun? Yes, this feels like a very unsafe country to live in as a woman, and as guys, you don't understand. I'll give you a very quick example now. Just 3 4 days ago, I was in my building in the lobby waiting for the elevator, and there was a gentleman next to me waiting as well. I didn't know who he was and never seen him before. And he just turns to me and he's like, "Oh, which apartment are you in?" And I was like, I just gave him a cold stare. And he's like, "Do you live in this building?" And I didn't want to answer any of these questions. I'm just like, "Who the hell are you? Why are you asking me?" Because as a woman, you are like, why would I tell a stranger where I live or whether I live here or not? Like, why? So I had my sunglasses on, so he couldn't really see my eyes, but I was just giving him a death stare, which I'm quite famous for. And he's like, "No, do you live in this building?" And I honestly just gave him another stare, and I'm like, "Why would I tell you any of this?" I asked him straight away. And then he just gave that chuckle and that laugh. He's like, "Oh, no, no, I'm just asking because I live in this building and we have a WhatsApp group, and if you would want to join it." Um, and then he got in the elevator with me, and luckily a delivery boy also came in. But I was just like, no, I think I'm already in all the WhatsApp groups. And I left it at that and I turned my back to him and I stood in the elevator the whole ride through. And then I turned at one point and just said, I didn't mean to be rude to you. But he's like, "Oh, no, no, I'm actually the head of the community. And so I thought, since I've not seen you before." But I said, "Yeah, no worries. I'll see you around." And I left. Um, Point I'm trying to make here is it's creepy. It's creepy as a guy. Please learn to introduce yourself if you're going to talk to a woman that you've never known, instead of just asking her what apartment she lives in and whether she lives in that building. Because as women, our guard is always up. And that's a constant state of being for us as women. We can never let our guard down. So the point he's making in the song here is very relevant. One doesn't feel safe as a woman in the country. Supreme Court said Onare pe accused singers bail. Oh my God. And yeah, he was immediately suspended, right? Delhi court grants bail to 63-year-old in rape case. How are you allowed to grant bail to a rapist? How? This is what it's so ridiculous. I mean, the law and order system needs a major overhaul in this country because it's just ridiculous. I see education. And I will say this as well. मेरे को इरिटेशन हो रहा है इस रिएक्शन वीडियो में. I'm sure maybe you are already irritated by my ranting. Women and boys, if you have sisters or girls, friends that you care about, just go and learn a martial art. You'll get fit and you'll start feeling good about your body and yourself. It's a way of exercising. So what you'll take out of those classes will stay with you for life, and you can protect yourself if you ever need to. I learned taekwondo when I was in school, and that has stayed with me my whole life. I'm not saying I am looking forward to ever getting into a physical brawl with a man, but I know how to defend myself. And it's bloody important. एनीवे ऐसी एजुकेशन पैसे देके टॉप मार रहे हैं या सो सैड मैन मैं खुद हूँ ड्रॉप आउट ये मुझसे कैसी होप मांग रहे हैं और जो जो टॉप समथिंग वो भी जॉब मांग रहे हैं फिर क्यों नहीं धुआं धुआं होगा क्यों नहीं बॉब मार्ली होंगे खैर हम नहीं बोलेंगे ईगो नहीं होने देंगे यहाँ पे आवाज़ नहीं उठानी ये शो नहीं होने देंगे okay so let's talk about this for a second. What I saw something about see them out here. See them out there at show post after pushback from okay he's blurred that out. But वो नीचे तो लिखा है after Bajrang Dal. Let me tell you something about Bajrang Dal. If there's so much hype around them cancelling a show, when there was a problem in UP for some reason in the society in our family, they were the first ones to come and help, and they didn't owe anyone anything. They didn't know anyone. They didn't owe us any favors. It literally just took one phone call to them to say कि ये हो रहा है, and this is how we are getting troubled. And they came to our rescue. So yeah, a lot of them are not aware of what hip hop or rap is. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are just out there to save the sabhyata and sanskriti of the land that they know. That's their perspective. So we can't go after them as an organization that's evil or any such thing. They are not. And this I'm just saying from firsthand experience and dealing with them. So instead of demonizing them for something like this, it may serve us well to understand the perspective that they bring to the table when they are calling for things like this. I'm not saying that a clampdown should be done on art or artists or shows. I don't back that at all. But I am also not in favor of demonizing an entire organization that actually stands up for a lot of unjust things that go on in our societies in India. And they are the first ones to come to your door to help you out. That's all I'm saying. ये शो नहीं होने देंगे देख पैसा ही सर्वाइवल है ऐसे वोक वाक नहीं होना we don't care to be woke. अपना देश आगे बढ़ रहा हम स्लो नहीं होने देंगे या आई एग्री जब ये जनता को ही नहीं सुनना तो काहे को लिखे let's say all is well and just try to pretend yeah कि जब बेटी बड़ी होगी होगी ये एक सेफ जगह मैं स्ट्रीम्स देख लूंगा इसका इम्पैक्ट और इस पे रील देख लूंगा sadly and I'm gonna call it right now इस पे ज़्यादा व्यूज और स्ट्रीम्स नहीं आएंगे because अभी मैंने रिएक्ट किया इस सेशन में और नंबर 10 ऑन म्यूजिक ट्रेंडिंग चार्ट्स इज बूम शाकालाका a very flex track with no real sort of message like this one. So I'm just saying in company, no hate to that song or the artist there, but it's just a comparison that I'm drawing because it must be drawn. And it's also on you guys, the audience. Sure, to help you with that. Okay, Alexa just started talking to me out of the blue. Relax, woman. सुनने वाले तो बनो और ये चला तो चला वरना मीम देख लूंगा ये टेक्निकल तो नहीं ना अनएथिकल तो नहीं ना ये तेरी ही है भाषा तेरा डेसिबल तो नहीं ना ओके नाउ सिंस दैट लाइन रिपीटेड नहीं है हम सबकी भाषा वो तो जिन लोगों की नहीं है वो भाषा लोगों को मत बोलो कुछ इफ वी से वी डोंट लाइक बट ठीक है इट इज व्हाट इट इज you and I cuss in everyday life, even people from other walks of life and the rungs of society, everyone cusses. So I won't debate that point for too long. But my personal POV, you all have seen over the years, when it comes to this, I decided to make myself numb to it and not bring it up every time. It bothers me is because I was like, you know what, it is the art form. I'm here to enjoy the art form and to deep dive into it and take from it what I like and leave the rest. So if something really bothers me, I will talk about it as I always have. And the rest of the time, I will just chill and imagine myself on a beach in Bali sipping margaritas. Oh, can't wait. So, on that note, all is not well. Of course, it is not well. Yes, the country is prospering and moving forward at breakneck speed. The amount we have moved forward in 10 years, we did not in 60 years, and that's a fact. So, um, while all of that is happening, and there is much to be grateful of, and I'll be very honest, 10 years ago or 9 years ago, when I left India and moved back out, I was very like, I can't live here. It's very difficult to live. On a day to day basis, there are just so many things that frustrate me because my base level of expectation or my base sort of reality has been, you know, things are very calm in life and the world around me for me to not get stressed or worked up about something or an issue I have to deal with. Here, on a regular basis, issues just keep cropping up, and there are so many disturbances in your day, mental disturbances. The minute you drive out of your home, there's a mental disturbance right on the road when someone tries to cut you off, like small things like that, which you don't have to face um, in some other parts of the world when you're growing up. But every place has its pros and cons. What I was trying to get at is that 10 years ago when I left, I really felt like, no, you know what? Um, I'm actually at that place in life. If I was to wrap this up in a more personal way, I'm at a place in life where I feel like I don't know where I belong because I have lived in so many parts of the world and always been Indian at heart. And then when I come and live in India, there is so much that I find difficult to adjust to and get used to because I've known a different life or lifestyle. That then I feel like, oh, do I really belong here? I love, like the other day, I literally shouted out loud in the car, like, fuck, I love this country, you know? Like I said it out loud because just something brought me so much joy. And there is all of that. There is all of that love. But like I was saying in the car, the day that I mentioned, I was like, it's a beautiful, insanely complex people, beautiful country that we have just dirtied. We have just dirtied, and it's the humans that have ruined it. It's the biggest issue for me is, I can't clean people's minds. I can't clean the way they think about women or the way they talk or if they're deceitful in their dealings with each other, how dishonest businessmen are, how people take you for a ride, how foods are contaminated, da, 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 everyone's trying to cheat everyone else. If I can't heal. I don't have a magic wand. I wish I did. But the one thing we all can do is just keep our country clean. And I admire Karma for a song like this. I really do, because it's needed. And if nothing else, you don't want to put the song on the charts. You don't want to loop it like you will loop other tracks this week. Um, don't, but at least take from it what you will and apply it in your real life. Don't litter. Speak respectfully to women. Don't defend bullshit. And make people feel comfortable and safe around you. Don't be creepy. Don't be dishonest. Don't be sneaky. Don't backbite. Don't backstab. Just be a good human. It's not that difficult. And if you freaking figure that shit out for yourself and everyone does the same, then we'll have a much nicer country to live in. And we can all just be more mentally relaxed and nice to each other. So that's what I want to end on. But Karma, thank you for a song like this. It was much needed. And now I think it's up to the audience to spread it or not. I think they should. They really should. Because y'all spread and make popular a lot of shitty tracks. Let's be real. Okay, let's be real. I'm like an older sister to most of you. Let's be real with each other. You make a lot of shitty music big. Okay, just because you are a fan of the artist. And okay, I'll end with this also. Just because you are a fan of an artist or they helped you out in a low phase of your life or don't put them on a pedestal. They created that art and that song from their own life. They pulled from whatever they were going through and they talked about it. That doesn't mean they are a flawless human or they are not making mistakes in their lives as well. So don't put them on a pedestal. Treat them with respect, but treat them like one to one. You are no one below someone just because you are a listener and they are the artist. And I've seen this a lot. That's why I'm saying it. I've seen it in shows. I've seen it in concerts. I've seen it in meet and greets. And I'm just like, oh my God, there is so much fanboying that's going on. There's so much fanboying, so much freaking fanboying. It will go to the head of any artist. It'll go to the head of any MP. It'll go to the head of any film star. It will go to people's heads because of how you treat them. I'm not saying be insulting or disrespectful. Hell no. Why would you do that? But just treat them as equals when you meet them. It's itna mat chadhao yaar. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. They're gonna wake up one fine morning when all their fame will be gone, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I let my ego get in the way of a lot of shit. So anyway, okay, so here's what I want to end with. Again, last thing is that, and I'll repeat myself, not from a place of privilege, but just reality check. I don't wish ill on anyone else when I say things in my videos, especially not people who are watching, viewers, anyone who comes to the channel with the hope of getting some value out of a video. I call stuff out because I have lived many chapters in my life in different parts of the world. I've experienced a lot of cultures, people. I have a lot of personal learnings that I bring to the table whenever I talk on a topic. That is never to try to insult anyone or to demean anyone or to hurt anyone. It is only to offer a different perspective. And as a lot of you call me Didi and consider, like, it's like an older sister thing. It's a relationship that we can share our points of view with each other. And you can just take something from my lived experience and maybe it'll help you in some way or form in your life. That's the reason I talk about it. I'm not trying to be condescending or anything. I just want y'all to draw from whatever, like you draw from your favorite artist song and their life experience that they inject into their lyrics, and you take from it something of value. That's why it stays with you, right? So that's the only intention for me to talk about. Otherwise, I can also do a 7-minute reaction video, 8-minute reaction video. 2-3 मिनट बात करो गाना देखने के बाद और खत्म करो, right? I can also do that. Why do I share personal stories with you all now and then? Why do I bring out anecdotes and things? Because I'm hoping you take some value out of my life experience, and that's all there is to it. I may never meet any of you, probably will never meet any of you in my life, but that has always been the only intent. So do with that what you will, and I'm going to end this here because I don't know how long this is going to be, but thank you, Karma, for releasing a track like this. Now it's really on you guys to make it as big as you want it to be, quite honestly. Be good, be a good human being, be kind, take care of yourselves, take care of your country, take care of your countrymen, and just be a good person. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Take care of yourselves, live long and prosper.